The bull and the buck are skirmishing this morning, really for the first time I've seen. And it's the buck who's initiating it. It's not like the bull's harassing the buck. Watch. He's just in a very rutty mood. Feisty. He's like, if I can't beat the bull, I'm gonna beat this little stub of a weed. He's sniffing the bull's butt. Not very good manners, huh, Ferdinand? Oh, he just got kicked. Oh. Are you serious? Are you serious? Hey! 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 I wasn't gonna go in there, but I'm going in there. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Break it up, boys. Don't you come at me, silly man. Come on, get out of here. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Back off. Back off. I know you're in a playful mood, but that's too much. This is out of hand. Don't you start with me. Here, I'll scratch your back. How's that? He's starting all of this. That's the crazy thing. And he's the one who could get hurt. I didn't actually think this would happen. And it hasn't before today. We're basically here all the time. And this is the first I've seen any of this. But he was in just a fighting mood this morning when I went out there. Not aggressive towards me. I mean, he didn't touch me, but he came up to me just like right up in my face. And it's like, what's going on? And the bull is just chilling. The bull is, look, he has no interest in that goat. He's just cruising around. So the buck came up behind the bull and was like butting him and running into him. And that's when the bull like kicked at him and turned around. And then the buck is butting the bull. Oh, that buck could get himself killed in there. I need to get him the buck in the barn. The bull's in the barn. He opened that door. If you leave that door cracked, which we do for the goats, he slides it open. It's usually when he's looking for the cow. Okay, so I actually need to get the cow in the pasture, and then he'll come out of the barn, and then I can get the buck in the barn. Let's go. He's still not coming out. I'm actually just going to throw a little handful of hay, hopefully where he can see it down here. And maybe that'll just lure him out. Oh, he's coming out now. Good. Hey, goats! Come on, goats! It's just been like a few minutes. I don't know where he went. Hey, goats! I don't see him. The ladies are up there, way up high. There he is. He's in the barn. Bree's actually gone on a trip. It seems like everything is going wrong now that she just left. I actually had her arrange this trip months ago because she was stressed in the camper, and I was like, look, just go see a friend, go hang out with a friend. So she left early this morning, and now things are going wrong left and right. Come on, bud! Come on, Braveheart! Hey, Braveheart! Hey, Braveheart! There he is. Come here, I actually want you in here. Come on, in here. I actually want you in here for right now. There, that's better. Alright, the ladies are coming. I'll leave this door open for them. I'm going to put them all in here for a little while. And I'm actually going to close him in this stall until all the others are in here so he doesn't run back out there. Okay, I feel better now. But that's just the start. Now we have to figure out what to do with him. But the next thing is that yesterday we sold a castrated male goat to some local folks. Real nice. We had a great visit with them. But right before they left, we saw, or soon before they left, we saw that he was limping. So I saw it and I looked at him and there's blood on the ground. Bree had just trimmed his hooves, as you'll remember if you watched that video yesterday. It's something that happens from time to time when you are trimming hooves, is you go a little bit too far because you can't really see exactly how far to go. It's not that uncommon that you'll be trimming and you'll nick and you'll have a little bleeding. So that's what had happened with her. It turns out though it's probably one of the worst nicks that we've ever had trimming goat's hooves. And every time we've ever nicked a goat, it'll bleed a little and then it'll just stop bleeding on its own. So this is the first time we've had one limp like that. So it went ahead and took the goat yesterday, but they said he's still limping a lot. I think the bleeding has stopped. So they're bringing him back, which I feel kind of bad about. Not great. Nothing against these people. I feel bad, honestly. We probably should have kept him another day and would have, but we literally realized that like after they arrived that he was limping a little bit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sweetie's back. I kind of want to see him re-meet his mom, actually.
Oh, okay.
Done. Hey, go. So yeah, I apologize for that. It's one of those things like, when we were standing right there, looked down and I was like, he's not standing on his back leg. Yeah. And then there's like, and then she saw the blood and I was like, no. So if we had like seen that in the morning, we very well may have said like, wait, let's just hold off and at least make sure he's not bleeding.
It won't be long before he lays down. At least that's what's been happening. So it's fine. You know, he super sweet goat. Got along really good with Bronte.
Oh, good. It's funny he's back. He's back, and his mom's not even like coming over.
Interesting.
I mean,
it's like they accepted it already.
Yeah. But there's a funny dynamic there between the weather and the buck. I'm gonna let Braveheart out here. You're not being punished, just protected.
That's so funny.
I'm not putting him back. I'm afraid he'll get
He'll go right after
killed. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it'll pass because he hasn't done this. He's been here for I think a week and a half, 2 weeks. For now, the war is over though, and the cows are out here in the pasture eating their hay, and the goats are all down here in the barn. We'll get them some hay. Braveheart, the rutting crazy buck, and Sweetie, one of the sweetest goats we've ever had, who we sold, and they brought him back. Well guys, I'm gonna leave it there for now. See you in the morning, and hopefully we can figure this out. I'm calling Brianna to talk about the buck and the bull.
Hey.
Hey, I want to talk to you about a little challenge we've had with the animals.
Oh.
And just kind of get your take on what I might do and tell you what I've done. So the bull and the buck got in a fight.
Oh no.
And so the buck was actually coming up behind the bull and kind of harassing him. Like the buck was instigating it. And the bull was pretty chill about it. He wasn't ever chasing the goat or anything. But the buck was, after that, was when the bull reacted to the buck, like turned and faced him, the goat was rearing up and headbutting the bull. And then the bull, at that point, like engaged with it, and they kind of went head to head, and then the bull ended up flipping the buck over, kind of shoved him into the ground with his head. What do you think?
I think you should put all the goats in the barn with the buck.
I did, but like, what's the end game? Because the challenge is that
I'm gonna call her and tell her that we need to give her the buck back. That's all.
Okay, but what about the one goat who's not bred, possibly?
Well, then that's fine. That just is what it is. It's not worth an animal getting hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not to mention someone else's animal.
Well, the other thing we could do is put the cows in the back pasture. I mean, that would be a very simple solution.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, all we have to do is put the cows in the back and the goats in the front, and everyone's separated and happy.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Speaking of why didn't I think of that, I'm just doing this simple little string from barn to barn here to keep the cow from wandering off after she eats her brain. After she eats your grain. And there's actually no impediment to her coming through. She could walk right through it, but she won't. It's just like a hello, stop. So she doesn't wander off into the yard, as she does many times, which I don't blame her for that. It's totally fine. It's just... All right, hay to the back pasture to get the bull and the 2 calves out here. We'll leave it right there. In order to make this work, I have to make this at least mostly goat proof. Okay, now walking her out. She's done with her grain. Next, we'll just close up this gate to separate the cows and the goats. Apart from rebuilding my fence, that's as good as I'm gonna get. We got 4 strands. Well, actually 4 and 5. Watch out! Here I come. All right, here we go. Oops, sorry, bud. How are you doing, sweetie? How's that leg? I'm just watching to see if he's still limping on it. He's standing on it, but he's got a little bit of a limp. We'll just watch Sweetie, the little goat, to make sure that he keeps improving over the next few days. And right now you can see he's standing on all 4, whereas initially he would hold that one up. So it is getting better. Okay, as soon as we're sure that all the goats are bred, the buck will go back to his house, and we're actually moving forward and selling the bull to a good home farm. But that's still a little bit out. I'm just glad that no animals got killed in the making of this film, and it all turned out okay in the end. Hey, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.